Debate will continue with Senator Rand Paul concerned about the use of drones and really the law of warfare. We're also joined right now by Dr. Robert Rabil, professor of Middle Eastern Studies at Florida Atlantic University. Dr. Rabil, it's great to have you here. Let's begin stateside with the politics of drone strikes, their legality, and the future of David Barron for the court. This debate continues to rage.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Well, regarding the debate, it's a raging debate, and it's a very sensitive debate. Really, it goes to the heart of our democratic system. But let me take it from my personal opinion. Mainly, you know, on an ideological basis, I have certain reservations about it. But mainly in practice, really, if those drones are used to eliminate someone who is posing a real and imminent danger to American citizens, my personal opinion is if someone, higher authority, to give them the go-ahead, we have to do it. This is how I feel about it. Because, and especially when it came to person like Anwar al-Awlaki, he was born in the United States, but he was in Yemen. We know from his past that he has been really working with Al-Qaeda, and he posed, as I believe, and I could be wrong, really, I could be wrong, but he posed an imminent threat to American citizens. So what you do about it? You wait until, you know, American citizens die until you do something about it? Now, regarding the other part of it, what I think is that we have to regulate it. Somehow the Obama administration, somehow I feel it was used as a policy. It shouldn't be used as a policy to go ahead and use it.
Do you think from a political standpoint that a filibuster is likely?
Well, I think it's going to pass. This is what I think. Yeah, I think so. And I think, my personal opinion, I think he should go ahead.
It's a good thing.
Well, in terms of the use of drones, what prompted all of this, you go back to September 11th and domestic acts of terror. Now, we had the incoming director of the FBI say that he was surprised to see Al-Qaeda more dangerous than perhaps he first thought, and that leads to the question, are we likely to see an attack? We heard from the former NSA head in an interview with the New Yorker that the likelihood of an attack domestically is increasing, in his opinion.
Well, I think the threat is there, and that threat has increased given now the expansion of the area of operation of Al-Qaeda and its affiliate and its offshoots. Now you have Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, you have Al-Qaeda in Levant, you have Al-Qaeda in Al-Maghrib, and notwithstanding Al-Qaeda in Pakistan and Afghanistan. So yes, their area of operation has expanded. The Arab rebellions gave them somehow a new breathing room to go ahead and be engaged. And yes, this rate has increased, but also we have to consider other thing that, for example, in Syria, you have Al-Qaeda fighting with each other. You have Al-Qaeda in Iraq and Al-Sham fighting Al-Jabha Nusra front. You have also United States is taking, I think, making some smart moves where we are cooperating with the French in the Sahel region. So we are taking actions, but overall, I agree that the threat to United States is more than before. And I believe now the administration should take certain policy as how to deal with that threat overseas, mainly to curb their expansion.
We do know there is a large threat overseas, and I know that the administration had always said before, oh, well, it's decentralized, it's not really organized. But now we're hearing that that's not true, and that these organizations are much more organized and much more threatening to the U.S. than we'd previously been led to believe.
All right. You have to be very careful when you speak about decentralization of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda, you look at it as a prototype. But you have others that they share the same ideology. And if they share the same ideology, what they're going to do? They have the same objective. How to go about them, probably it varies, but they have the same objective. And the objective is to create what they consider that Salaf society, a society modeled after the society that existed during Prophet Muhammad and the first four caliphs, and how to go about it. How to go about it mainly, they consider us as enemies, they consider others that they don't share their belief as enemies, and the way they deal in how to create that society affect us. So mainly, true, we speak about decentralization, but the ideology is the same. And I agree with you on this point.
It's really all a threat, and it's all...
It is a threat. Of course it is.
And we talk about the goal of establishing a new caliphate now with Boko Haram
Yes.
in Nigeria.
Yes.
How do you think this is going to play out, the kidnapping of the Christian girls
Well,
from the school?
well, first of all, it's terrible. It's terrible what they did. And Boko Haram has had a pattern for quite some time. Let's not forget, couple of years ago, they hit the United Nations. And their terror attacks has increased in the last 3-4 years. Mainly, we have to cooperate with the Nigerian government. And the Nigerian government has to take certain steps vis-a-vis Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a Salafi organization, similar to Al-Qaeda and similar to other in the other Arab and Muslim world. But Boko Haram also, is in Nigeria and has a problem within Nigeria. You have a lot of problems. Nigeria is a rich country, but Nigeria suffers from high corruption, from terrible ills in society. And Boko Haram is acting on that to go ahead and say, listen, we are going to do something, and we are fighting the government, and they attack Christians, and they attack others, innocent people.
Mindful of this and bringing it back to the Middle East,
Yes.
Pope Francis
Yes.
is about to make a trip.
Yes.
God forbid anything happens, but how much of a target is Pope Francis?
Well, he is a target, but I don't know if it's gonna be high on the agenda. I really cannot go there and mainly tell exactly. But he is a target. All these people, mainly you, if you are going over there and known over there, you are a target. Now, and Pope Francis, of course, is going to be a target. But I believe that the Israeli security are very good. And mainly, even when he goes and visits certain Palestinian area, you have a lot of security. He's going to be, I think he's going to be secure. But the point is, he is a target.
Well, we'll have to leave it there. Prayerful that nothing happens. Professor Rabil of Florida Atlantic University, your insights are greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Now we want to hear from you, your comments about the Middle East, the Pope's pending visit to that troubled region, and the specter of terrorism domestically. Why don't you tweet us your remarks at Newsmax TV, #AmericasForum.